All right, let's talk about preview prediction for the Green Bay Packers. We taking them on Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We headed to Lambeau. No fans will be in attendance. So let's get to it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support. Check out our prediction playlist and our Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more Lions content. So also one-on-one playlist for our live streams. And we're taking on the Packers this week. They coming off a huge win, a huge beat down in Minnesota. Minnesota made it close at the end. Davante Adams went crazy. Aaron Rodgers went crazy. He seemed like to be a quarterback on a mission to prove something because Green Bay wasted a draft pick on a quarterback instead of drafting him a weapon on the outside, and they have lacked to get him weapons on the outside in the first round of the NFL draft and in free agency. But yeah, this is a dangerous game for the Lions. We always play the Packers close for the most part. Played them close with David Block last year. They pulled away with another blown fourth quarter lead. We played them close in the beginning of the season last year. We went up there. It was that Sunday night or Monday night or something of that nature, and with some bad calls called in that game. And ultimately, we got to blame ourselves because we didn't score touchdowns and settle for field goals. But one of the referees that called, I think, one of the hands to the face call on Trey Flowers last year is actually going to be refereeing this game. So Green Bay will still probably have a referee advantage. So don't be surprised if you hear, some of those things going down where, Green Bay is, getting some calls. So don't be surprised, but we can't worry about that. We got to put up touchdowns. So Green Bay is dealing with one major injury from what I tell. And that's Kenny Clark. He got a groin injury. He didn't practice today. And those groin injuries, he probably won't play Sunday. Hard to, switch directions and shoot off the line with those groin injuries. And you don't want to make it worse and miss him for a long time. Then, pretty much we looking at the situation where us personally, Jeff Okudah was a full practice today. They worked out. I heard they had interest, in Prince Amukamara, the old Giants cornerback, and the old Chicago Bear cornerback. The Raiders released him last year as well. This year as well. So, Trufant, he didn't practice today, so he may not play on Sunday. Kenny Galladay didn't practice today. He may not play on Sunday. So Big V didn't practice today. He may not play on Sunday. So we do have still a lot of injuries. Coleman went on IR, so let's talk about kind of the matchups real quick. We got their receivers. People say, their receivers weak, and we still got Amani Arakwe out there. We still got Tracy Walker, Deron Harmon. But the issue lies personally. Rodgers can throw receivers open. He can make receivers look good. So just because their receiving core don't look sexy on tape and they tight ends don't look sexy on tape, and Mercedes Lewis, who got to be 180 years old and slow as baby, constipated baby poop, it's still out there. You still got to respect Rodgers. Rodgers can. His receivers don't have to get a lot of separation. He can throw them open, pinpoint accuracy. So that is a place of concern. I mean, obviously, we talk about the game plan and taking Davante Adams away, but you really got to be able to respect those receivers that he got because Rodgers is such a wizard with the ball. So, it's really not a wash. You favor Rodgers against a beat-up secondary no matter who he's throwing out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion on it. But Okudah probably will start Sunday. I predict he probably going to start the slot because he can follow receivers anywhere. And I think if they don't bring in Prince Amukamara, they probably going to keep Mike Ford on outside and let Okudah work on the inside. So should be interesting. They got Scantling, Lazard, and Davante Adams. And no matter if you take away Davante Adams, teams haven't been able to take away Davante Adams. That's because he's a talented receiver, one of the top, I think, 7 or 8 receivers in the league, in my opinion, maybe even higher. And Aaron Rodgers has got accuracy, and he could throw him open even when he covers. So that's a dangerous combination. So, other places you look at here is obviously the trenches. I don't know if the Smith brothers registered a stack. I didn't see it when I looked it up on Google. So you still got to worry about them. Our teams, seeing their tendencies, or the Vikings see their tendencies and take something away, or did they get the ball out their hands quick? I don't know. It's different from dealing with Khalil Mack because he didn't have Robert Quinn. So either you can't just slide protection and chip both of them. So you got to pick your poison. And I think you slide protection to Crosby side if Big V don't play, and you chip whoever on Crosby side, whether it be Zadarius or Preston Smith. So you got to worry about those. This Packers secondary, Jair Alexander is a good corner, but Kenny Galladay did beat him last year. They got Amos and Savage and Darnell Savage in the safety positions, and I think it's about the same playing the Bears defense. You got matchups you can win, especially in today where you can't hold and grab. So that's a good matchup to look at. And defensively wise, you look at what we're dealing with. Jones out the backfield, and Jones and Adams is the two guys you're looking to take away. And you got to contain Aaron Rodgers. But let's just kind of give a brief game plan real quick on how we can put a stop to them. So offensively, looking at it from the Packers standpoint of view, what I do is I roll coverage to Davante Adams side. I double him. I sink some zone up under him. We get maximum attention to him. We taking him out the game, and I'm trusting that Jamie Collins can keep Aaron Jones in check coming out the backfield. And if that can happen, then you're looking at Lazard, Scantling, and Mercedes Lewis beating you. And I take my chances doing that. It's just the odds in my opinion. And those the odds that I'm seriously playing with. I'm gonna seriously believe that I'm gonna take Scantling. I'm gonna make Scantling, Lazard, Mercedes Lewis, whatever tight ends they got, beat me before I let Jones and Davante Adams beat me. Obviously, we got to play gap discipline. We got to stop the run. If we don't stop the run, it don't matter what we do to Davante Adams. Defender's going to bite, off the play action. He going to get open down the field. And, if he don't get open, somebody else getting open. So what we got to do is stop the run. We didn't do a good job of that last week. We kind of shorted up towards the end, or we got up so much that Chicago abandoned the run game. But we didn't let Tyreek Cohen and David Montgomery beat us out the backfield. We let Jimmy Graham beat us one time. And that was just on the coaching. They called the timeout versus the Bears, and, they didn't make no adjustments. It came out in the same formation. Losing that timeout last week hurt us, and they didn't even make an adjustment. So, personally, I think, gap discipline, playing our lanes, stopping the run, tackling, wrapping up, and, hopefully Jamie Collins can take care of, Aaron Jones out the backfield, rolling coverage to Davante Adams. And that's how we beat them. We got to get pressure on Rodgers too. Intelligent pressure. Not pressure where we're giving up our leverage or we're giving up our containment on the outside. We got to collapse the Packer from the inside, from the outside in. And we got to get some pressure from Panisi. We got to get Deshaun Hen to show up. Danny Shelton got a pressure last week. So it's still week for, Trey Flowers to show up and Deshaun Hen to show up. And if they don't show up, well, you might as well throw the Okoro brothers in there and let them show up. And let them blitz and do things they need to do. And, and I have to give a Green Bay perspective as well, too. So, if we got any Packer fans out here that's watching this video, I'm trying to be objective. And offensively, from a Green Bay perspective, I'm moving Davante Adams in the slot. I'm moving him all the way around, putting him in motion. So if they do double him, I can put him in position where, they can't double him, I'm stacking him off the line where he get a free release. I'm putting him in the slot. I'm putting him in motion so we can take away that over and under top, double team or however they gonna do them. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting Davante Adams in positions to defeat a potential double team. And if I don't see extra attention to double team, and I got a one-on-one versus Amani Arakwe, or I got a one-on-one versus any corner they throw out there on Sunday, I'm throwing that ball up, back shoulder, throwing it up, and I'm trusting Adams to go get that ball. So that's how I'm looking at it. But also you got good matchups across the board on other receivers. I just think the matchups are not in favor of Green Bay when it comes to tight ends. You know what I'm saying? So I think their best option is going to be on the outside and running the ball with Aaron Jones. And I think if Jamie Collins can take care of Aaron Jones, it's just about stopping the run. But if they can run the ball, it's all she wrote. Everybody going to get down the field and, get touchdowns. And, it's just like you got to stop the run. You got to keep Rodgers in the pocket, take away Adams. Hopefully Collins will take away Jones, and then it's a ball game. But Matt Patricia does have a good game plan when it comes to playing divisional opponents. He just can't get over the hump in the fourth quarter. Now, defensively, how we looking at it from the Lions' standpoint of view, offensively, looking at from the Lions' standpoint of view, let's just assume we don't have Galladay at all. So Hockenson is your guy. I like Hockenson versus any of those linebackers they throwing out there. If they want to put Smith brothers in coverage, barbecue chicken. You know what I'm saying? I like Hockenson versus anybody they throw out there. They want to put Alexander on them. They want to put Savage on them. They want to put the other corner, Amos, on them from Chicago. I like T.J. Hockenson. The game plan should revolve around T.J. Hockenson this week with or without Kenny Galladay. That's the first thing I'm saying. The game plan should be about Jesse James and Galladay being in the position to be successful. They got great matchups this week big body receivers who should eat down the seam, should eat through the middle, eat on the outside, out routes, whatever option routes. They should be in the position to eat. Honestly, this is a game where Hockenson should have 20 balls, throwing him 30 targets. I don't care, until they start bracketing him or doubling him. Galladay, this game plan should be centered around Galladay. And Darrell Bevell, it's a crime if he don't center around Galladay. Even if around Hockenson. Even if Galladay don't play or do play, it should be centered around him. So that's the first thing. Everything should be off what Hockenson doing, and even Jesse James. Also, if you start both of them at tight end, and we'll go out here with one or two receivers, then that also helps, slow down the pass rush of the Smith brothers. The Lions got to use a fullback with all they running backs. If it's not just Adrian Peterson, Kerryon Johnson, and DeAndre Swift, they going with that same rotation this week. Use a fullback. It's better. Their fullback, he is on the injury report. I'm gonna learn his name. He did a great job. He did practice full practice today. So run behind that fullback. The Packers have historically had issues stopping the run. They had no issue stopping our run over the years because we've been weak. But with Adrian Peterson, a fullback, Swift, and Johnson, they should run behind that fullback and slam it right down the Packers' throat. That fullback is the difference. They soften the middle, especially if Kenny Clark don't play. That should be the game plan. Smash the ball up the middle, get the ball to Hockenson as much as possible. When coverage start rolling or centered around Hockenson, pray that Marvin Jones can go out there and make a play. Pray that Quintez Cephas can make a play. We know Danny Amendola can make plays, but don't hesitate to really use Swift in the passing game out the backfield. On the play, he dropped the ball to win the game last week. He ran a beautiful corner route. He should have, if Galladay don't play, him and T.J. Hockenson should have the most targets this week, bar none. They should have the most targets this week. You know what I'm saying? So that's the game plan. Run behind the fullback. Don't come out here getting cute and shotgun. Run with the fullback. Run as much behind the fullback. Run it up the middle. Use Jesse James. Use a lot of heavy sets. And you got great matchups with Jesse James and Hockenson this week and Swift out the backfield. Utilize that, Darrell Bevell. Hockenson should have 15 or 20 targets. DeAndre Swift should have 10 targets out the backfield. And if the receivers can win on the outside, they have a few targets too. But it's all about heavy, physical brand of football this week. Fullback, 2 tight ends, heavy sets, tight ends coming out, Swift getting the ball out the backfield. That's what it's about this week, and running with Adrian Peterson behind that fullback. So that would be my game plan for the week. Get Hockenson in all type of matchups. And if you get down or you got to get in a situation where you got to spread it out, well, we put Hockenson in shotgun. We put him in the slot and let him work it out. Got a great matchup this week. He's improved a lot. He got stronger. He got quicker. He got faster. And him and Noah Fant Monday night showed that he been working well too. So feed him. He your best offensive skill threat on Sunday. Feed him. Put a game plan around him. Even if Galladay come back, center the game plan around him. So it's just, if Darrell Bevell don't get the job done, we're getting Galladay the ball this game and they lose it. Or if they win it, it's on him, man. And you can't justify, if they do lose this game and go on and have a shitty season, that they clean house and get rid of him as well. It's just something about these offensive coordinators that come to Detroit. They just don't know how to keep going to the same well and abusing a great matchup, or they don't know how to identify a great matchup. He seemed to be stupid as fuck as well too, and excuse my language. But from a Green Bay standpoint of view, you know what I'm saying? Try to get up. Hopefully your offense get up. Make the Lions spread it out. And, on known passing downs and third down, let the Smith brothers pin their ears back and get after Stafford. And that's kind of what it is. Lock down on the outside and, stop the run and make them go into third and longs. And hopefully, Stafford throw you a couple gifts. But basically for the Packers, the game plan is, take away the Lions, air attack, make them run the ball. And if they run the ball, stop the run. It's really not complicated for either one of these teams. They know each other, a ton. I do fantasy, start them and pick them later in the week. But I'm going to go with the Lions 27-24. Just because I think they know Green Bay well. I think they'll be motivated. I think Okudah going to play. And I think hopefully Trufant will play. I'm not sure if Galladay don't play. I'm going to say Galladay don't play. But I still think they find a way to win a game. They get their revenge on the Packers. But if they don't win, I think the last week the Bulls start coming out, or you hear the fans saying, "Oh, it's time to tank for a quarterback and fire Matt Patricia and this, that, and the third." So, you know, hopefully they win this game. If not, then they go with Arizona, New Orleans, a bye week, and it can get really, really ugly, you know, if they lose this game. So I'm going to just go ahead and say they win this game somehow, some way. I think they show they not SOL, and somehow they win in Green Bay, and the fans reverse their opinion on how they feel about the Lions. So it's just my opinion on that. Let me know what you guys think. Check out the Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Don't forget, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App is CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. We also talk about the betting odds in another video coming up later in the week. So pay attention. Appreciate the love and support. Don't forget to check my other channel out, Goodfellas Sports TV, right here on YouTube for more sports, music, news, and entertainment, especially if you like combat sports. That is Goodfellas Sports TV, right here on YouTube. We gone.